Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Rice and it's time for the October book of the month. I'm so excited about this book. You know, I always talk about how much I love to read and I love to go back and read some of my favorite books. This is a book that was written in 1993, and when I was a fourth grade teacher, I used to use this book in my own classroom all the time. I think it's the perfect book for October because it has a bat on it, and we'll talk about some of the October things, but this book is called Stellaluna. It's written and illustrated by Janelle Carroll. Let's get in and see what it's all about. Stellaluna by Janelle Cannon. In a warm and sultry forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster into the forest below. The dark leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could no longer hold on. Down, down again she dropped. Flump! Stellaluna landed head first in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for those crawly things that Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day, and she slept at night. She ate bugs, even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant! You are going to fall and break your necks!" The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she did not hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as a good bird should. All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, and Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked. "I'm just like them," thought Stellaluna. "I can fly too." Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same. How embarrassing. "I will fly all day," Stellaluna told herself, "and then no one will see how clumsy I am." The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. "The sun is setting," warned Flitter. "We had better go home or we will get lost in the dark," said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. "I promised not to hang by my feet," Stellaluna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. She did not hear the soft sound of wings coming near. "Hey!" a loud voice said. "Why are you hanging upside down?" Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face. "I'm not upside down. You are," Stellaluna said. "Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down," the creature said. "I'm a bat. I am hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up." Stellaluna was confused. "Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong." Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. "You ate bugs?" stuttered one. "You slept at night?" gasped another. "How very strange," they all murmured. "Wait! Wait! Let me look at this child!" A bat pushed through the crowd. "An owl attacked you?" she asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, "Oh, you are Stellaluna. You are my baby." "You escaped the owl?" cried Stellaluna. "You survived?" "Yes," said Mother Bat, and she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. "Come with me and I will show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live." "But it's nighttime," Stellaluna squeaked. "We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees." "We are bats," said Mother Bat. "We can see in darkness. Come with us." Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and she dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Soon the bats found a mango tree, and Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could hold. "I will never eat another bug as long as I live," cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. "I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap." The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. "Come with me and meet my bat family," said Stellaluna. "Okay, let's go," agreed Pip. "They hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world," Stellaluna explained to the birds on the way. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, "I feel upside down here." So the birds hung by their feet. "Wait until dark," Stellaluna said excitedly. "We will fly at night." When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. "I can't see a thing," yelled Pip. "Neither can I," howled Flitter. "Ah!" shrieked Flap. "Oh, they're going to crash," gasped Stellaluna. "I must rescue them." Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. "We're safe," said Stellaluna, and then she sighed. "I wish you could see in the dark, too." "We wish you could land on your feet," Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. "How can we be so different and feel so much alike?" mused Flitter. "And how can we feel so different and be so much alike?" wondered Pip. "I think this is quite a mystery," Flap chirped. "I agree," said Stellaluna, "but we're friends, and that's a fact." Boys and girls, I hope you loved Stellaluna as much as I do. It is one of my favorites that I love to go back and read every year. One of the things I love, Janelle Carroll does such an amazing job with the details. Didn't you just love the word choice she had? The vivid details and the adjectives she used. Some of those verbs were quite intense as well. So I hope as you're working on your writing, you're thinking about the words you're choosing and hoping to paint a picture in your reader's mind. Well, boys and girls, you know when we read a book, we talk about how it applies to our life or our school or things that we can do. And one of our PBIS rules is to be kind. One of the things I loved about Stellaluna too is how kind the bat and the birds were to each other. Even though they were very different and they had different abilities and different talents, they didn't make fun of each other. They didn't tell each other that they were wrong or they were bad. They celebrated what each other could do, and they used their talents and their gifts to help each other. When those baby birds were falling in the sky because they couldn't see at night, Stellaluna swooped down and helped them and got them to safety on the branch. And boys and girls, each one of us has gifts and talents inside of us. We talked about that last month, that we all have things that we've been given, talents or gifts or different things. And that we want to believe we have a purpose. We want to know that those talents we've been given can be used to help other people. So some teachers and I have been talking, and one of the things we were thinking about were some of the people around the world who've been hard hit by hurricanes and earthquakes and different things. We've had earthquakes in Houston, Texas, in Florida, in Puerto Rico, the Caribbean islands. We also had a big earthquake, 2 of them actually, that hit in Mexico. And a lot of boys and girls and families have had devastation in each of those places. So I also thought about, I don't know if you've seen these posters, but these are our learner profile. And this is something in every school in the district. But one of the things that's on our profile is called Engage and Contribute. And it talks about how each one of us as learners here in Forsyth County should look for ways that we can engage with others and we can contribute to make the world a better place. So we thought, what better way to put together our book of the month, Stellaluna, our PBIS rule, Be Kind, and our learner profile for Engage and Contribute, and try to help people around the world who've been devastated by these earthquakes and hurricanes. So starting October 2nd, starting today and going through Friday, October 6th, we're going to ask you to donate your change. And we're calling this Change for Change. We want to be able to help change people's worlds where they've experienced devastation. Every single penny can count and can help these families and these schools and these children who have lost quite a bit. Some schools have lost everything, their furniture, their paper, their pencils, everything in their schools. Some families have lost their homes and everything that they own, including their clothes. So we want to do what we can and try to help out. So boys and girls, I'm going to ask you to go home, look in those seat cushions on your sofa, check your car on your floorboard. When mom goes through the drive-thru and she gets some change back in her hand, ask her if you can have those pennies or nickels or any of those coins, and your teacher's going to have a bucket for you to be able to contribute some of these coins to. Now, even though we may each give a few coins, collectively as a school, those coins are going to add up and they are going to make a difference to other people who've experienced some tragedy. So boys and girls, I hope you'll join me. I hope that you'll think about what you have to give and help and serve others, and that we will be engaging and contributing as we are being kind. Have a wonderful month, boys and girls.